You are now tuned into Coffee, Tea, and Conversations, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. with Mary Evans and her co-host, Marsha Easley. Get ready for
Coffee, Tea, and Conversations. Yeah. Put some coffee in your cup. Coffee, tea, and conversations. Yeah. Put some tea in your cup. Are you ready?
for motivation,
Get ready.
for education,
Are you ready?
for life-changing inspiration,
Get ready.
for Coffee, Tea, and Conversations with Mary Evans and Marsha Easley. Bringing you topics every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to educate, motivate, and inspire, and even make you laugh. Get ready for
Coffee, tea, and conversations. Yeah. Put some coffee in your cup. Coffee, tea, and conversations. Yeah. Put some tea in your cup. Are you ready?
for motivation,
Get ready.
for education,
Are you ready?
for life-changing inspiration,
Get ready.
for Coffee, Tea, and Conversations with Mary Evans and Marsha Easley. Are you ready?
Donna Jean, I don't think they ready. Let's hit it 20 more seconds, baby.
You are now tuned into Coffee, Tea, and Conversations, Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. with Mary Evans and her co-host, Marsha Easley. Get ready for
Coffee, tea, and conversations. Yeah. Put some coffee in your cup. Coffee, tea, and conversations. Yeah. Put some tea in your cup. Are you ready?
for motivation,
Get ready.
for education,
Are you ready?
for life-changing inspiration,
Get ready.
for Coffee, Tea, and Conversations with Mary Evans.
Hello, welcome to the SOS Show live with Mary Evans. SOS stands for Share Our Stories. I would like to introduce to you the greatest host from the Yak Town Pontiac, Marsha Easley. Let's get it on this morning.
Hey, good morning. Coffee, tea, and conversations. Hey,
I love our jingle. Jay Cross did that. He did that. I'll be telling them, boy, he did that. And you know what? He's a part of Donna Jean team, Southern Soul Saturdays.
yeah.
Saturday at 7 p.m. Those interviews, she be doing it, y'all. You have to tune in on Southern Saturdays at 7 p.m. Donna Jean. So this morning, let's get right into this. We have an awesome topic this morning. Battle of the bodies. You know, a lot of ladies battle with the bodies, Marsha. What you think about that?
I do. We do.
And as we get older, it's something about that metabolism. It slows down. I didn't eat for a whole week, Marsha. I lost a half a pound. My husband still breakfast and he lost 10. It's something wrong with that picture. Like I'm really upset about this shit. I'm so serious. I had lettuce. I was eating like a damn rabbit for a whole week. And then they talk about us when we want to go get certain things done to our body. That's why we want to bring somebody on that did it. She gonna go raw. She gonna talk about it uncut. The advantages, the disadvantages, the naysayers, all the positive and negative. So let's bring in straight from Pontiac, Miss Cookie Johnson.
Hey, look, how are you? Coffee, tea.
Coffee and
and
conversation
And
on the SOS
conversation. Yes.
Cookie, we're so glad to have you on the show. You know, we have a transparent moment sometime before we start. When I started the show before the pandemic, you know, I was lying downtown and shut down a lot of stuff, so we went virtual.
Yeah.
Girl, I was so stressed out, had to have everything perfect. The lighting is my hair right now. Sometimes I might come on like this, be like coffee, tea, and conversation. Are y'all ready? Okay.
Right.
Learn during that pandemic, you don't have to be perfect. Stop taking life so serious.
I
And so
know.
let's just have some fun.
yes.
We're so happy to have you here today.
I'm happy to be here and share my journey with you all in the world, you know.
I want to hear it.
Oh, where do we start?
Let's start with first. Go to your volume and just turn it down just a little bit. See, can we take a little of the echoing out, because we want them to hear you loud and clear. And I'm all ears as well. Now, it used to be a time, Cookie, I wouldn't even say that in the middle of the show. Now I'm like, what's wrong with asking her to turn her volume down so people can hear?
Right.
Oh,
We're
Pamela,
gonna-
thank you so much, Pamela. Hello, Rolanda. Okay, Cookie.
Is that better?
That's better. And
Okay.
guess what? We're gonna let you take over the show. I'm gonna start with one question,
Okay.
and you can go from there. Okay.
All right.
I want to start with asking you why. What did you have done first? Let's start. What did you have done to your body?
So last September, September 2nd of last year, 2020, I had a tummy tuck. I had 360 lipo. I had lipo to the arms, the thigh, inner thighs, my chin. And I also had that fat that was lipoed out of me. I had that implanted to give me a hip and a lat,
Wait, a hip and a what?
a lat, a lateral.
a lateral.
Okay, explain
So,
lateral for the people in the back like myself.
okay, I have on my waist trainer, but lats are up here.
Okay.
So normally, you'll see the young ladies with the curves and then their hips, they'll be real wide up here.
Uh-huh.
Hips
Yes.
are down here. So I have one hip and one lat. You see this? Wait, this is my hip. This is my hip. This is my lat. You see how it curves in?
Yes.
So I got one of each. I didn't get two.
Wow.
So,
And it was totally by accident.
Oh.
can I ask you how much did this? I call this a baby makeover. How much was this baby makeover?
So, so as far as like the tummy tuck 360, and they give you in the Dominican, they give you a BBL for free. So the total charge for just those three processes is $5,330, and that's with Dr. Mercedes. If you have any additional areas of lipo, like I had lipo to the arm, the thigh, the chin, that's $400 each additional area. So that was additional $1,200.
Excuse me, did you say you did this in the Dominican?
I did.
Okay.
Why is
The
that,
reason
Donna
why-
Jean? If you can do something with her, a little more echo. I don't know if Donna can or not, but it doesn't. If she can, that's cool. This is really good. Okay, yes, she did go over there, Marsha.
And I want to know why she went there as opposed to doing it here. Money
Okay.
cheaper, or
Is that better?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. So I went to the Dominican because they don't have as strict regulations as we do here in the States. The results are totally different from the state side versus international side.
So, Cookie.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the reason that you went over would have been the reason I wouldn't have went over because of not being as strict. Did you have any I'm sure you had some fear, that would be a dumb question. But wouldn't you have once you got there, you felt like you would have been safer here in the United States, closer to family, and because of the restrictions, it seems as though it would make the procedures a lot safer because of all of the restrictions.
So let me give you a little tea. I watched my surgeon.
Let me sip first.
Look, yeah, let us sip some tea.
Let's get it.
I watched my surgeon for 4 whole years before I even considered contacting him for a quote for my surgery. I wanted to watch him to make sure that he was safe. I wanted to make sure he had some type of God in him, and he has an autistic son. So I know that he's very caring. He's compassionate. So those are the things that I was looking for in my surgeon, plus the results. And I wanted him to do my surgery, not his assistants. So what I did was, before my surgery last year, I actually took a trip over to the Dominican to meet him and his team and his wife. And I also had a surgery sister, which I don't mention due to confidentiality, but we took a trip over there and we spent 4 days in the Dominican before we even had surgery.
Now
We
that was
came back home and went back 6 weeks later for surgery.
okay.
So I got to know my surgeon real life before I just gave him my body to operate on.
Now, Cookie, that was smart. Now that was smart. You know, like you say, you unveiling behind the scenes what things that people didn't know. Now, as we talk about all the things you have had done, let's start with what didn't you like about your chin?
So, and it's crazy because it's back. But I had like 3 chins. I battle with thyroid fluctuation where it's hyper and underactive, overactive. So I gain weight, lose weight. So I'm trying to get it balanced. And that was part of the main reasons why I could never lose the weight
Oh,
was my thyroid. And then I had what is called PCOS, which comes from us who have C-sections. You know, when they cut us open, they sew us right back together. They don't go in and repair our muscles. And that's why you have FUPA develop because of the fact that your muscles are not back intact.
mm.
So regardless, I could have worked out for a million years and it would have never left because my muscles were damaged from having 2 babies.
You know what? You preaching now, Cookie, because I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen so many women on Facebook and you see the before and after pictures, they 300 pounds, 250, whatever they are. And then, hey, Donna Bryan, thanks for watching. And they come on with these flat bellies talking about, I have, my daddy called them bellies, them flat bellies, talking about how many hours they have spent in the gym to get them flat bellies like that. If you have had children, it is impossible.
It is.
I, at one point, had lost 58 pounds. When I went to, and I go to a Lord, when I went there for my consultation,
Mhm.
I told him, I just can't lose that little flap that you're talking about after babies. My muscles, because I do weightlifting as well, my muscles, he said, your muscles are there, your stomach's there. I don't care how much weight you lose because think of your fat as a balloon.
Yeah.
When you blow up a balloon for the first time and you let it out, it never is the same balloon again. You know how it looks
Absolutely.
wrinkly? That's what happens to our stomachs. Once we gain all the weight or once from having the baby and the stretch and no exercising, you have to have that removed. So when I went in for my consultation, so I had my fat removed off my stomach, right? When I went in, some people have their muscles repaired, but my muscles didn't need the repairing because of the working out. All of that working out I was doing and lifting weights, all it did was made the muscles in my stomach, but it was going to do nothing for that. So they call it where it's not a full tummy tuck. So
Right.
they did the excess weight. They didn't have to do the muscles. I hear when they do the muscles, it's very, very, very painful. I didn't have to have that done because of my working out. So when you hear that, ladies, stop being so hard on yourself about that working out and you're not losing your stomach. Cookie, tell them again, it's not going to happen. What the
It's
doctor
not
say?
going to happen. Sometimes you need to have a little lipo or have your muscles repaired, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Like,
Do you regret having any of it done? Would you do more or less?
absolutely not. I went back for round 2 this year.
Oh, wow.
Oh, let's keep to round 1 because you did have some difficulties. Tell
I
us what
did.
went wrong because I was really praying for you during your process and recovery over there because you did get really sick and it became very scary. What went wrong over there, Cookie?
So I had everything planned to a T. I had a whole medical team to do aftercare while I was there. I stayed there 35 days total, 30 days after surgery. The first massage person that was coming to our Airbnb to do my massages, he had a large clientele. When I tell you 30 people in a 10-hour day, there's no way you can give quality care. So let's start there. So it's me and my surgery sister that has to have massages. Our massages consisted of us sitting in a chair, and he had a fossil, which is a hand, like a handgun, and he would go over areas maybe for about maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and that was it. He would have help us get back in our garments, and he was gone. So we didn't get quality care, needless to say. So I developed fibrosis. Fibrosis is scar tissue. And normally fibrosis doesn't develop until about 6 to 8 weeks after surgery. Mine developed within the first 10 days after surgery.
Wow.
So that shows you how the care that I was getting, my doctor, my surgeon, he asked me every time I would go, he's like, "You're getting massages." I'm feeling proud because the massage person I had, he's well known. He's done celebrity bodies, so I'm assuming that he's gonna take care of us.
So let me ask you this, Cookie. You were very happy with your doctors.
Very happy.
How did you find this massage therapist?
By referral in the surgery groups.
So he didn't necessarily work on the team with the surgeon that did the work.
No.
Okay, so you found, okay, got it. So when you have the surgery with this particular surgeon, they don't have a massage team that works with them to come out. You go get your own massage team.
They do, but theirs is further away from where we were. So that's why, and we wanted it to be convenient for us.
Okay.
To have someone come to us versus us having to go to an actual location. We didn't know how we were going to feel after surgery.
Got it. So
but
that would be
eventually I did go
to
his massage person.
Yes. So that's something, if you did over, you would not worry about the convenience and much stay with the same team. I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would do. Yeah, staying with the same team. All right. So tell us, because we hear a lot of negative and positive things when you get a total body makeover, and a lot of things you hear is women do it for a man, they do it for other people. How long have you always wanted these things done? And tell us, what was the one thing that said, okay, I'm getting it done? I know, because we be afraid. Tell us, how did that roll out, your thing that said, okay, this is it, I'm ready?
So 5 years ago, my mother was always hard on me about my weight because I was always a big person. After I had kids, I used to be small, very petite. I'm little. I'm 5'4.5", so I'm little. And she was like, "Well, you haven't never considered losing weight and getting your teeth fixed." And it made me start thinking like, "Dang, this is my mom, but it's fine. She wants me to be perfect. I understand. I'm her only daughter, so I get it." So it was like, okay, I took a picture with me and her on a cruise, and I looked at my arm, and her whole hand could fit my arm.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh my God, no, Cookie, no." So I started losing weight, and then I started doing research about the plastic surgery and realized it was very economical. Like, it's not as expensive as people portray. So I got on the health journey, so to speak. I kind of, treated it kind of because of my thyroid, but it was like 2020 was the year that I had set out that I was going to do this, and I didn't tell anyone.
Wow.
Like, I kept it so quiet. I didn't even let my kids know. Like, I would do the research and I would clear my history on my computer so nobody would know.
Wow. So I said I was going, and that's some of the things I was going to be. Let me tell you, when they say people, you say you did around two, Ken. When you want something, you want what you want. And you think after the first thing happened, would that have scared you so bad to you wouldn't have wanted to go back again because you were truly sick, and I could tell from your post you were very concerned too. But when we have our mind made up, we have our mind made up, because Cookie, 14 years ago, I went in for a baby makeover, and I coded on the table. My family didn't know I was there. I never shared the story. My family didn't know I was there. There's only 3 people knew I was going. The person that took me, and my sister, which she was so upset. I was like, don't tell mama. Actually, my mother thought I was going on a vacation. But the hospital called because of the emergency. And she like, Mary, where? So I vowed that I would never do that again. But in the midst of that, I found that I have a very narrow throat. And even when I'm intubated, they have to use the intubator tubes like with children. And I never knew that about myself until because I had never had surgery. But you would have thought after that, right? I was off of work for 26 days. You would have thought after that I would never vow to do something. Here I did 20-some years later, and I just had to have this fat off my stomach. So sometimes people like, how crazy can you be after you think that would have freaked me out so bad that I wouldn't have did it? But sometimes when we want things, we risk our life and we make bad decisions. And that's why people I think are so negative about the procedures, because they say only time you have surgery you should have unless it's really necessary. How much negative feedback did you get? Not only the first time, but you went back a second time after all that had happened. That's why I shared my story. It's like you forget about those things after so while. So tell me about the positive versus the negative.
I mean, well, the positive is I was totally fine. I still have scar tissue, but that's due to be expected. The positive is I feel great. I look great. I feel great. And I don't care what other people think at this point. It's about how I feel.
Your confidence level is when you put on your clothes.
Absolutely. I'm Cookie Johnson.
So when you went back, did you get the whole thing done over again or just a few things?
So no, I actually, the second round, I got my breast lifted with implants. I got them reduced. And then I got an arm lift. I had a lot of excess skin. I'm still healing. I'm not in my compression right now, but I'm still healing. It takes about 6 months for it to go, but as you can tell, my sag is almost gone. When I'm in compression, it tightens. And then I had he tried to do a little bit of lipo to try to fix that one hip and that one lat, but I didn't have enough fat.
Oh, wow.
Are you done, Cookie?
I am absolutely done. I'm totally done. I have no desire to go back and have any more surgeries whatsoever. He did promise me that he would do a free surgery to fix my hip and lat if I gain some weight. But I'm 47 years old. I'm not trying to keep getting cut on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm happy where I'm at.
I get it.
So Donna Jean say I have a little fat you can use.
I wish I could.
That is so Cookie. When you hear, it's so many women out here that have had the bad infection. Some have even died, and it's just such a blessing that you did take time to go and study and seek your surgeon. You just didn't get him because he was the cheapest on the block. And I think that's what do you say to women out there that is on the border there about the surgery, worried about what people gonna say or fearful? Let me ask you, is it as bad as you thought it would be after, or not as bad, or exactly what you expected? Because we always think about the pain afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would say to a young lady that's considering surgery, by all means, do it. Do it if you can financially afford the surgery plus the aftercare. And when I say aftercare, minimum 1 year. You need to have consistent massages and everything in order for your body to heal properly and to sculpt and mold your body. So if you can't afford it financially, don't do it. It's not just about going to have surgery and paying $5,330. It's not just about that. You have to have that aftercare. It's so critical. Now, the pros and the cons, do what makes you happy. Don't do what other people feel. Be smart in your choosing. Do your research. Don't go to a surgeon because your best friend went there. You two may have two different bodies.
Yes.
One doctor may specialize in a smaller frame body, one doctor may specialize in more of a big girl body. Find the surgeon that fits you. Don't get on the bandwagon because so and so did it.
Cookie, what's your favorite part of your body that you had done that you more that you're happiest with?
Girl, my stomach.
That doggone stomach, boy.
Listen, ain't nothing like being able to see your cookie box.
Well, you know what, Cookie? That is something because I thought, oh man,
Look at that. That's ridiculous. Like that was my I was at the worst stage in my life.
That's you?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
And you know, I'm right there with you. Look at there. Say that was it right there. You like, I'm sick of this. Now sick of this. Wow, look at there.
This is after surgery. This shows that the burns from when I first started, it goes to show you that my massage therapist, the first one, he was not taking properly care of me because if you notice, I had burns on there, and then you see the swelling. About a week, about 5 days after surgery, he put me in an extra small thigh high, which is a garment. I started off in a large, which was the day after surgery. Day 3 after surgery, I was in a medium. Day 5, my medium was so big that he put me in an extra small. And I posted it. Like, I can't believe I ain't never been in nothing extra small ever in my life. You know?
Yes.
But I was literally dying. My surgeon, I love him. That's Dr. Argenis Mercedes. He made this body, y'all. But, when I tell you, after I started going to his massage therapy because of the fibrosis, I hated it. I cried from the time I got there to the time they finished. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The session was 55 minutes and I cried the whole 55 minutes.
Wow.
I don't know how many times I caught up on Jesus, but I did. And it was terrible. I wouldn't want anybody to go through that. So that's why I tell people, like, make sure your team is solid. Make sure that they're going to be there. Make sure they're invested just as much as you are. Because if they're not, you're not going to get the quality care that you need.
Wow. Look at there. Now look at that new body.
Yes, that was in New York. That is actually a photo shoot I did for Colors R Us downtown Pontiac. Shout out to Camille.
Okay. Nice.
So good. We just want to thank you for being so transparent. And one of the, you have really hit home with telling the ladies, make sure your team is solid. Don't go because you're friend. I like when you said everybody's busy. Some doctors might be good with the bigger bodies, the smaller bodies. And you just never know. You have to check it out. And we're so happy that you are back healthy. Now, how long do you have to wear your garment? That was the one I forgot.
So I just reached 1 year from my first surgery, which was September the 2nd. So I literally, because I'm starting the process all over again as of May the 4th and May the 6th, I actually had to have 2 surgeries back to back the second round, which I'll definitely go in more detail in my book.
Okay.
But yes, I had to. I had difficulties with my breast implants. So they were too large. So on the 4th, I went back in on the 6th and had to have them reduced even smaller. So that's where I'm at.
I want to ask a question. I don't think you said it, but when you had the whole surgery, did you have to, it was one day, they send you home, are you hospitalized? And what do they tell you to do right after the surgery? Do you have to go to bed? Do they say work out? What is the regimen?
No. Okay. So I had surgery on September the 2nd. I stayed the night at the recovery center where they do the surgery at. They observe you for about 24 hours. I had a 24-hour nurse as well, for me and my surgery sister. And they put you in your garment. In the Dominican, they put you in your garment, which is your faja, your stage 2 compression. And then they send you back to your Airbnb with your team.
Wow.
You follow up the very next day for your first post-op appointment. You go back at day 3, day 5, like every few days, because they want to change their dressing.
Wow.
They let you stay there 2 weeks. I stayed there 30 days because the cost of care is much cheaper. Plus, if I had any additional complications, my surgeon was right there. Because what people don't know is when you travel international, once you get back stateside, other surgeons are not going to touch you.
Wow.
So it's important to build your rapport with your current doctors and make sure that they're on board before you even go international. So my team of doctors here, they were on board. They helped me. They gave me my medication. I mean, they made it easier for me. They even helped me lose the weight.
Okay. That was some good information. Let them know that they won't touch you once you come back over.
Right. And it's not just a one day in, out, outpatient
No.
surgery. You got to be able to have the time to do that also.
Yes. Yeah, everybody can't take all that time off of work. But
Yeah.
we talk about Cookie Johnson, you know what I'm saying?
Listen.
So it sounds like to me, Cookie, so even in part 2, you had difficulties again. So now you do the breast and you have to go back again with the breast. So your journey has been a challenging journey. I'm sure you'll write a great book, because some of people after so many times will be like, listen, I'm scared to go back. But when we want it, we want it. One thing about the women, when we want it, we want it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with you writing a book, I didn't know that. I'm sure we'll get more details in the book, and we look forward to
Absolutely
releasing the book. And I'm telling you, it's amazing, and it's so we're so grateful that you are coming on, being so transparent and sharing part of your journey with us, because I know that book gonna be juicy.
Yeah. It is. I just will leave you with this. The second round, I went back by myself. Okay. And nobody knew but my daughter and my son.
Well, we keep you in prayer, Cookie. We look forward to the book, and thank you for sharing your story on the SOS Show Live with Mary Evans and Marsha Easley. Donna, can we throw those 2 pictures back up again? That new Cookie, that new body on Miss Cookie. All right, look at there. Thank you so much, Cookie, and you have a great evening.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me. Thank you, Marsha.
Welcome. Thank you. Donna Jean, thank you so much. She in the background making it happen. You guys have a blessed day and a safe holiday. Mary Evans and Marsha Easley. See you next Sunday.
I know they gon' remember me, 'cause I'm gon' leave a legacy.